All right, legends, welcome back. You crushed the goal again. So here we are with part 12 of our story. I'm thrilled you're all hooked, and believe me, the best is still ahead. If you're hungry for part 13 today, let's smash 2,000 likes on this one. You know the deal. Your support keeps this going. Now let's jump right back in. We jump into a quick flashback. A man stares at Ingrid and warns, "Put your sword down. I admire your effort and strength, but you don't have the talent to wield them properly." That's painful. It's disappointing. Ingrid thinks to himself, I haven't heard something like that in a long time. But unlike before, it doesn't shake me anymore. I'm not the same person I was. Not after everything I've been through. The man looks surprised by how firmly Ingrid is standing. We return to the present. Ingrid says, "Let's go, Reem." Reem snaps, "Don't say my name with that mouth of yours. You're just going to run off and play with your little cat again, aren't you?" Ingrid replies, "No, I want to train. I need you." Reem smirks, "Oh, you need me now, huh? You need me. You really need me." Ingrid thinks what I need is speed. A fast sword. First, I need to sharpen my decision-making, to find a most effective path. Then I need to move. Let that action flow efficiently through my body. Reem charges at him, but Ingrid stays calm and ready. He slashes and lands a strike, cutting just slightly through Reem's guard. Reem blinks. Huh? Ingrid is just as surprised. Did I just move faster than Reem? Smooth reflexes, reinforced muscles, perfect control. All of it came together. Reem says, "You got me. You must have figured out how to speed up your swordplay." "Well then, I'll just get faster too, Captain." Ingrid suddenly regrets provoking him. And just like that, Reem lunges and lands a clean hit on Ingrid's arm. He swings again, but this time Ingrid narrowly dodges it. Ingrid thinks he was always quick, but now he's way faster. Reem laughs excitedly and swings again. Ingrid raises his sword to block. Still a long way to go, he thinks. Suddenly, something jolts him mid-thought. He turns and deflects instinctively, right where Jackson is standing. Jackson says, "Your eyes and ears are working just fine. You don't need to train them anymore." Ingrid glares. "You came here just to say that." Jackson shrugs, "Pretty much." Ingrid thinks, no wonder Reem calls him that damn cat. Suddenly, Jackson fakes a strike at Ingrid's neck. Ingrid winces, gripping his neck, but it was all an illusion. From a distance, Jackson calls out, "That was bloodlust." The intent to kill. If you can't sense an attack with sight or sound, you need to feel it instead. This is how you go beyond your five senses and tap into the sixth. That's your lesson, starting today, in return for that dagger you gave me. Ingrid thinks there's always something new to learn. Endless joy awaits me in this journey. Jackson continues, "The sixth sense has to fuse with your instincts. You can't just think your way to it. You have to feel. Things like direction, movement, how predators stalk prey. It's all part of instinct. If you fight with all your senses sharp, again and again, you'll start to pick up on ill intent too." Ingrid tries to sense Jackson's location. There, but Jackson suddenly appears in front of him and says, "You're not getting this on the first day. But keep training, and you'll unlock it, guaranteed." That night, Reem looked at Ingrid and said, "You seem different lately." Ingrid chuckled. "Maybe it's these new muscles." Reem shook his head. "Nah, it's not just that. You smile more now, Captain." Rajna added, "I don't think that's all either." Chris chimed in, "You're crazier than usual, sir." Reem laughed. "Exactly. Rajna said, right?" And Odin added, "Great answer." Ingrid grinned. "Honestly, I'm the only normal one here. The rest of you are nuts. So you better start seeing me that way." Jackson whispered, "How is he the one calling us crazy?" Later that night, Ingrid fell asleep, but Astra came by, drawn by the scent of food or something. She stood beside him and said, "This man throws himself into hell every single day. He trained so hard it could literally kill him. The only reason he's alive is because of my magic. If he dies, my curse won't break." Ingrid, still dreaming, thinks, "Each time I reset the day, I train harder and harder, and I never get tired of it. The knowledge that it's making me stronger is reward enough." As he continues training, he calls out there, but again, Jackson appears behind him. And again, and again. His squad watches stunned. Someone mutters, "Forget you've changed." He hasn't changed one bit. Odin chuckled. "You've been acting really jumpy today, man." Rajna nodded. "Yeah, I noticed it too. For a while I thought maybe you were a genius, but now I'm not so sure." Jackson added, "If all that training didn't help, then nothing will." Reem followed up, There's no substitute for real experience. But things in Aspen should stay calm for a while. So if we're assigned to something like monster hunting, that could actually be way more useful. The next day, Ingrid stood before the mission board, thinking, all four of them. They're pushing me toward more real-life experience. It's almost like they want me to test myself. And honestly, I know I'm not improving enough. Someone nearby said, "Hey, if nothing else catches your eye, want to take this one for me?" Ingrid grabbed the mission slip and read it. Investigate the shoemaker's basement? What kind of quest is this? He frowned. Isn't a routine patrol enough for something like this? Investigating someone's dad? The man answered, not in this case. The shop owner says there's a zombie living down there. Ingrid blinked. A zombie? What? There's no way something like that is in the city, he thought. He probably heard rats and assumed the worst. Still, if I need real combat experience, weird requests like this might help. The man said, Spellbreaker, I'll leave this one to you. No one else is willing to take it. The shoemaker's got a short temper, but he's a good guy. Lost his wife recently, too. That might be why he's on edge. It'd be nice if someone looked into it just to give him peace of mind. Ingrid replied, Sorry, I don't think I can accept something like that. But moments later, he accepted it anyway and made his way to the shoemaker's place. The servant greeted him, Oh, soldier, you're here already. Come in. He's been digging holes in the basement nonstop. Ingrid descended into the basement and was met by the shoemaker. Ah, you finally made it, the man said. Look, I dug deeper and found something. A whole underground cave. Ingrid's eyes narrowed. An underground cave in the middle of the city? So it wasn't just rats after all. He grabbed a torch and stepped inside. The shoemaker followed close behind. Ingrid thought, there are artificial carvings on the walls. This is deep and wide. If there really is a monster here, it wouldn't surprise me. Soon he spotted something. 6 branching tunnels. A man-made labyrinth built intentionally. The shoemaker pointed. Hear that sound? I told you zombies. Ingrid raised a hand. Wait here. Don't go rushing in. I'll go first. You stay back. But as soon as Ingrid stepped forward, a bright flash of light erupted from the ground. Everything vanished in white. When Ingrid woke up again, Astra was beside him. Ingrid muttered, I didn't even make it to the second step. The moment I triggered the heat trap, everything turned to ash. A magical trap, no doubt about it. One thing I do know about mages. Reem added, Hey, Captain, we were just talking yesterday. You need to take part in real battles more often. Ingrid's voice dropped. If you die while fighting a mage, you're lucky. If you survive, what comes next is usually worse. And that goes for their traps, too. A magic trap like that. What can I even do against something like it? Is this another wall I'm supposed to break through with skill alone? Suddenly, the client from before showed up again. Hey, Spellbreaker, got another one for you. You okay? If you've got nothing else in mind, maybe you could do me a favor and take this next job? Ingrid frowned. It's probably better to call in a magical expert or report this to higher authorities. That's not the kind of wall I can just brute force through. Still, if I ask the Captain Fairy, there's a chance she'll approve my request before this reckless old man rushes in alone. Wait, no. Damn it. Ingrid bolted as fast as he could toward the door. He burst into the shop. The servant girl gasped. Oh, soldier, you're back. Where's your father? Ingrid asked urgently. She pointed downstairs. He's in the basement. Without a second thought, Ingrid dove straight into the stairwell. He slid down the passage fast and reached the old man, just before he stepped into the maze. Stop. Don't take another. But before Ingrid could finish, he was engulfed in light and reduced to ash. Ingrid woke again, breathless. Damn it. I have to figure this out faster. First step, go to the shoemaker and make sure he stays out. But behind him, the boat and the strange man appeared again. Even for just a moment, the man said, Your skin will burn. You'll feel your entire body turn to cinders. Yet you still plan to throw yourself into that flame again. Ingrid responded, Yeah, you're right. It feels like hundreds of needles piercing me all at once. It's agony. But letting an innocent person die? That's even worse. That's what it means to be a knight. He woke up from the dream again. Hey, Captain, where are you going? Reem called. Come here. I've got something to tell you. Ingrid answered, heading to the shoemaker's place. I'm not letting a helpless citizen die. Reem joked. What? His shoes turned into monsters or something? Ingrid replied. There's a way to stop the trap and avoid death. But we can't just leave something that dangerous unchecked. He turned to the shoemaker. I'm going alone. Stay out. The man protested. But it's my house. I can't just let you go in there by yourself. Ingrid's tone sharpened. I'm going in. Alone. Got it. Okay. Fine, the man said, backing off. Ingrid stepped inside, thinking, should I track down a magic expert? How long would that take? Would backup even help with something like this? This is a trap. An unknown one. No clues. Someone could die during the investigation. Even if I brought my squad in, I need to go first and gather as much information as I can. One of these paths has to be free of traps, but is this really the right way? Am I seriously going to walk into each one and die again and again? Maybe using the day reset is the simplest solution. No, there has to be a method I can apply right now. Wait, my senses. I felt something. A trap. Just before I stepped inside. How many times have I died by now? I remember that feeling every single time. The moment I truly thought, this time, I've definitely lost. When exactly was that? Was it when Zekel's blade reached my neck? Was it when the enemy raised their sword with killing intent? And then I heard Jackson's voice in my head. Sometimes, your will itself warns you when death is near. That's when I noticed it. A thread, something faint. Just before I stepped onto the trap. I knew it. I was sure of it. So this time, I stepped in on purpose and triggered the trap head on. It sprang to life and nearly tore me in two. But I could feel it. The trap had killing intent. I sensed it clearly. For the third or fourth time, I've lost count. I returned to the cobbler's basement, sensing the killing intent from a trap. That's the key to surviving today. To do that, I can't rush in or walk blindly. I need to pass through every corridor again and again until I clearly feel that intent. Ingrid began retracing his steps. This hallway, he said, I haven't entered it yet. I don't feel anything. That must be the right path. But Ingrid didn't step forward. He stared at the band in the passage. Right there. That's the spot. If I'd taken just one more step, I would have died. The killing intent is sharp. I feel it. Behind him, the cobbler called out. Why are you walking funny? You okay, soldier? Ingrid replied. Didn't I tell you not to follow me down here? Even now, just standing near the trap, he could feel its deadly pressure all over again. Then night fell. The cobbler asked, what were you even doing all night without eating? Ingrid replied, I'll be back tomorrow. Don't go near that cave. It's way too dangerous. The cobbler scoffed. You're just wandering around aimlessly now? Your face is red. Don't you have a real job? Ingrid asked, any leads on your missing wife? The cobbler sighed. Disappearances have gone up in recent years. No one investigates them properly anymore. But if you see a woman, brown hair, freckles, and wearing a ring like this, please, just let me know. Ingrid nodded. I'll keep an eye out. Later, we see Ingrid sitting in silence. A strange feeling washes over him. Jackson's intent to kill? Reem snapped. He just won't listen, huh? Keeps messing everything up. You're sleeping on the floor tonight, Captain. You and Jackson have done enough. He threw a pillow down. Here, take it. Ingrid thought, this is the first time I've lived through this day without dying. What'll happen if I actually survive an entire day? Will I finally see tomorrow? Maybe I'll get my answer tonight. But once again, the loop reset. Ingrid opened his eyes, and there was Reem grinning. Captain, we were talking last night, me and the guys. We think it's time for you to try something more hands-on. Ingrid thought to himself, great. The day reset again. But what happens if I don't sleep at all? We see Ingrid pacing the corridors. That night, he stayed up until just before dawn. Then he blinked, and suddenly, he was back in bed. Morning. Reem greeted him again, just like before. Captain, we were thinking you should try something new. Ingrid muttered, if I don't sleep at night, then I can't escape this loop. It's not fear anymore. I've been through 10 days, 20. This isn't just nerves. It's the feeling of death itself. Day 40. Day 50. Day 60. Day 70. We see Ingrid pass through each corridor again and again. Each time, he senses killing intent and pulls back. Another hallway. Again, he senses it and retreats. Suddenly, Jackson lunges at him. But Ingrid dodges instantly. Jackson blinked. It's only been a few days, and your reflexes are already this sharp. Ingrid replied coolly, today is day 72. Reem shouted, what's with all this training, Captain? You've been acting weird. Ingrid turned away. I'm not even going back to the store. Later, Astra stared at him with a strange look in her eyes. Ingrid thought to himself, there are 6 exits. I figured at least one of them was clear, trap-free. But I was wrong. Whoever designed these paths was a real trickster. Every single one was booby-trapped from the start. Not one safe way out. But that doesn't mean there isn't a way forward. The traps are only dangerous if you actually step on them. The first path I tested, even a single wrong move would have turned me to ash instantly. Ingrid closed his eyes. He raised his foot and set it back down carefully, and finally took a second step. He had found the entrance. Just once. Then again. Steady steps. Trust your sixth sense. That's how you reach the place you're meant to be. At last, Ingrid made it. He reached the hidden path. I made it. I climbed the wall, he whispered to himself. But just then, one of the zombies the old man had warned about lunged at him and slashed Ingrid clean in half. Yet Ingrid smiled. Thanks. Thanks to you, I finally mastered that move. He stood tall as more monsters appeared, charging in to strike. Ghoul claws carry a deadly poison, he thought. A single scratch can cause massive damage. Usually, it takes a whole squad to bring down one of them. But not for me. Not anymore. That doesn't matter now. Ingrid advanced, fearless. He launched into battle, slashing through every ghoul that came his way, until he'd wiped out the entire horde. That last strike, that was a good one, he thought. I wish someone had seen it. Suddenly, more mutated beasts charged in. A wolf hybrid? Ingrid said. This thing's a mess of random arts and gene splicing. What kind of twisted experiments are going on in this place? What's really happening at the end of this path? I'm going to find out. Meanwhile, Astra leapt across rooftops in pursuit. She thought to herself, now that I think about it, why was he armed to the teeth just to protect a shoe shop? Something about this whole thing feels off. No way this is just a coincidence. Then she froze. Wait, that aura. It reeks of magic, of a spell. I have to go down there. Back underground, Ingrid drew his sword again. I've gone deeper and deeper, layer after layer into this cave. The walls are so thin, it's like they could shatter at any moment. Was this dug out by a monster? Or soldiers? But as Ingrid reached the next chamber, he froze in place. Bodies, mummified corpses, limbs hanging from ropes, arms, legs, and organs tossed everywhere. It was a nightmare. Pure horror. Ingrid muttered to himself, I've lived a long life and death's always been close. I don't even flinch at the sight of most corpses anymore. But this... A terrified woman sobbed nearby. Please, I never want to see something this horrifying again. Just end it, she begged. Kill me, please. Then Ingrid noticed something on her hand. A ring. His mind flashed back to the shoemaker, and the way he had once spoken of his beloved wife. And suddenly, Ingrid felt a deep shock hit him in the gut. Then, a strange voice echoed from the shadows. HM? What a mess. But it seems I got myself a new offering. I'm not sure how you wandered in here, but it's perfect. I'll serve you up as a fresh meal. Behind the speaker loomed a monstrous beast. Ingrid asked coldly, all these bodies, did you do this? The man just laughed. If I didn't, who would? These failures were just scraps, junk I didn't need. Then he gestured proudly. But this child right here, this is Pylon. Now this is my real creation. And you'll make a fine specimen too. Ingrid's eyes narrowed. He's a high-level sorcerer. If you kill a mage like this, you're lucky. But if you survive, the suffering will be worse than death. Then Ingrid said aloud, even if it takes sacrificing 1,000 souls, I have to stop you. He drew one of his whistling daggers and hurled it straight at the mage. But it bounced off a magical barrier, doing nothing. The dagger clattered away uselessly. Without hesitation, Ingrid charged forward, but slammed into the same barrier. The mage sneered and launched Ingrid backward with ease. So, what will happen in this clash between Ingrid and this powerful sorcerer? Will Ingrid be able to defeat him? And that's the end of part 12. But trust me, this is just the calm before the storm. If you're ready for the next insane chapter, smash that like button, drop your wildest predictions in the comments, and stay locked in. Because part 13 is going to be next level. Stay legendary, and I'll see you there.